use for podcast tonight. It's a 1950s detective drama. You parts already marked the tires. So yeah, but if you could just. Oh, this is heavy. Where is Victoria? Yeah. Great. This is mine. Great. Then we still have Madeline. Yes, there we go. And Michael.
I can't use that.
Why not?
Princess, I can't read it.
But I'm sorry, but why did you tell me earlier?
I thought we were using our old scripts. I already have them on the iPad. See?
Well, I can't print another one out now. There's only like 10 minutes left and the show is supposed to start.
Well, if it's okay with you, I will just keep using the old script. As the announcer, it's not like my lines change much from one to the next.
Fair enough. Still, we have a PDF file on the tech computer. You could just email it to yourself.
That would be perfect.
Great. So could you just...
Yeah.
Okay, so now who has the hand sanitizer?
Wait, Clara! I thought we were doing a musical episode tonight. I brought my xylophone. And I brought the trombone.
Yeah, but I told you before the musical's next semester. That sort of thing takes a whole... Yeah, okay.
Then what am I supposed to do with this then?
Just leave it back there at the tech table where it's not in the way. What is it?
Hey, wait a minute.
Huh?
These are mostly men's roles.
Yeah, did you forget our group is all women this year?
Hey, what about me?
Well, mostly women anyway.
I mean,
How are we supposed to do men's roles?
I already said 1950s radio detective show. So, that's a completely different era. Didn't you ever watch Mad Men?
Yeah! Loved it. Elizabeth Moss rocks.
Oh, did you see her in The Handmaid's Tale?
Did you see her in the movie where her husband is invisible and tries to
That's
kill
not
her?
important right now. I want to know how we are going to do these roles, because I certainly don't want to play a man.
I mean, we could change your character into a woman. Oh, mine too. I can be a female member. Okay.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of faking a man's voice.
Hey everybody! I'm Inspector Kramer!
See? That could be fun.
Yeah. So who wants to do a fake voice?
Yes.
You two? You? Okay. And who wants the case exchange to female? You. Good. We'll make it work. Victoria? Yeah? We've got you playing the character of Nero, so how do you want to do this? You okay?
Yeah, I think so. I'm feeling a bit under the weather.
You didn't get the plague, did you?
I doubt it. I'm vaccinated, but I got a test done earlier just in case.
Good. As long as you're doing okay, what do you want to do with Nero?
I like the idea of being an independent woman in the 1950s. Bucking trends, lady detective, a boss. So I thought we could make the character Nora.
No. I like it. Maybe so. Michael?
Yeah, what? You want me also to play a female role? I'm totally comfortable doing a female voice for 1.5 hours.
No, thank you, but we're set on that front. How about you do the part of Archie? He would be the hardest to rewrite.
But he's a player. He's like always chasing skirt. That's kind of sexist.
Yeah, no, again, mad. Man.
Okay, fine. As long as the audience knows that I am not really like that and that we're aware of how creepy Archie is, that's fine.
Agreed. Cool. So,
Hey, why are we using new scripts at this point anyways? I'm like not really into the idea of doing a play with new scripts without any rehearsal.
you're so professional. It'll be fine. As long as you just don't overthink it, okay? Theater lives of the suspension of disbelief. Now, has everyone got their own sorted? How am I supposed to remember who everyone is?
What do you mean?
Well, we have different roles each episode, so how do I keep them straight?
I found a box of costume props in Dr. Smith's office. We can use this.
Wait a minute, I can't play Gloria. Why not? Because she's supposed to be a redhead and I'm obviously not.
You do realize this is a radio show.
Right. So what about that?
This is the studio and at home audience. I'm sure they don't mind. Do you folks mind?
No.
And see? They do.
So the home audience can't see me, can they? They will never know that I'm not a redhead.
No, they won't.
Well, I guess that's okay then. I'm not a redhead, but I'm playing one on the radio. I'm not trying my hair for this.
You don't have to dye your hair for this, Teresa. Now let's remind everyone why we're doing these radio plays.
Oh, I know.
Yes, Victoria?
So, first, because of Corona and the hygiene concept and being cautious and because Dr. Smith said so.
Thank you. That's it. Where's my sound guy?
Well, I'm not a guy and I don't want to be stuck here back here for the whole show. You promised me I get a speaking part too.
Yes, Julia, I remember. You brought the hottest news grid if you could just check them out. So who else is going to help out Julia while she's performing? Yes, Annika, thank you.
Clara? What? How is she going to know when she's going to be on sound effects?
I'm sure the two of you will work it out off microphone. Anyway.
I'm right. I don't even have a speaking part in that first episode.
Yeah, neither do I.
Well, there's 12 of you and only 9 roles in this particular episode. What am I supposed to do?
Oh, I know. We can add more swindlers.
Now? Like 3 minutes before the show's supposed to start? How's that even going to work?
Here, Julia, why don't you look through my script and just sort of rip off my lines? Not say exactly the same thing, obviously, but something similar after my line.
Yeah, well, I guess that would work.
And what about me?
Oh, hey, I know. Why don't you be the narrator? I've got several places where I'm just narrating the action, like in those old film noir movies. Yeah, why don't you do those parts?
Sure, you could just change them to third person.
Better than nothing, I guess. Hey, Clara, I don't have any lines in the first episode either.
But you have a pretty big part in the second episode, don't you?
Yeah, I play Nora.
So there you go. You could just help out Julia on like while she's performing. That's all you have to do for the first one. Okay? Okay, that works.
Yeah,
great. So, has anyone else got any problems with this particular episode because we're about to go on air? No, great. So, places, everyone. We are live in 5, 4, 3.
Stay tuned for the new adventures of Nero of Nora Wolfe. If the chimes shudder a little on Sunday afternoon, well, they know there's mystery in store Sunday with men of action like Mike Waring, better known as the Falcon, who brings fearless and romantic touch to the adventure. Then the big guy steps in. The new private eye, Charlie Weil, concludes with a few casual homicides. The chimes mean mystery and action this Sunday afternoon on NBC.
My boss is the smartest and the stubbornest, the fattest and the laziest, the cleverest and the craziest, the most extravagant detective in the world, Nero Wolfe.
It's the adventures of Stem for Murder with the brilliant, eccentric private detective, orchid fancier, and Gargantian Governor Nora Wolfe, starring Victoria Paulsen. This program was recorded for radio broadcast before a live studio audience.
Instructions for this morning, Archie. Your notebook, please. First, Mr. Sausenbeck. Inform him that the Long Island peafowl he sent were most unsatisfactory. Peafoal's breast flesh is not sweet and tender unless it is well protected from all alarms, especially from the air, to prevent nervousness. Long Island is full of airplanes.
Look, Miss Wolfe, there's this a tiny problem with anything
I
right now.
shall want a dozen chickens that have been raised on blueberries and a fresh-killed lamb for tomorrow.
Miss Wolfe, please, listen. There's...
Mr. Goodwin, be quiet. And then dinner on the following day becomes a problem.
Miss Wolfe, dinner any day is going to be a problem if we don't pay Sassenbach's bill back.
Then pay it?
With what? The bank account is empty.
Ridiculous. There were $4,000 in there yesterday.
But you bought that shipment of orchid bulbs from Lionel Gunter? Miss Wolfe, we need money. You've got to stop eating and drinking beer long enough to earn some.
You're an alarmist.
Will you, for the love of heaven, stop turning down clients and turn an honest dollar? I've got a couple of prospects right outside.
Send them away.
No, ma'am, I most certainly will not.
Send them away. Tell them I've gone to Egypt.
Nothing doing, Miss Wolfe.
Confound you, Archie, by orders. Send them away.
Miss Kent, Miss Rodman, come in, please.
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you.
Confound you, Archie, you mutinous.
Yes, ma'am, and you're stuck with it. This is Miss Gloria Kent and Miss Rodman.
How do you do?
They arrived as advertised with a pressing problem.
Good morning. You people are here by sufferance only. I shall speak to Mr. Goodwin about it later. Yes, indeed, I know my pressing problems, Miss Kent. What are yours?
My father.
In need of a court of domestic relations, Miss Kent. What does your father do? Beat you? Withhold your earnings? Discourage your suitors? Mr. Goodwin should have informed you this office does not undertake cases involving marital or family problems.
But that's not the problem. I mean, that's...
If Mr. Goodwin had not been beguiled by your pretty face, he might have warned you and avoided this embarrassment to you and annoyance to me.
Now, take it easy. How many times have I told you you don't know how to handle women?
Then suppose you let Miss Kent handle me?
Well, it's simply this, Miss Wolfe. I had some money my mother left me. My father's just spent it without my permission. I want it back without a scandal.
Facts, Miss Kent. How much? How spent?
$10,000. Father bought a treasure map.
Indeed? From whom?
A trio of swindlers named Cross and Halleck and Corleone. They've driven him crazy, talking about fortune salvaged from the SS this and the SS that. He's got a map and old letters he studies. He's childish.
Many fortunes have been recovered. Many more wait on the sea bottom. How do you know your father has been duped?
Well, I know.
You do, Miss Rodman.
Yes. Cross and Halleck and the other one bought some old letters from me, written by my grandfather from Hawaii. They used them to manufacture the map and evidence, and that's what they sold to Kent.
Father thought he was being so clever. He had the paper analyzed. Of course the document research laboratory said the letters were genuine. They were, but something new had been added. I'd have never known if Miss Rodman hadn't told me.
You were a party to the swindle, Miss Rodman.
I was not. I never knew what they were up to.
Miss Wolfe, you've got to help me. I can't do anything with Father. I can't convince him. Even Miss Rodman can't.
No, Miss Kent, I am sorry. This is not for me.
But you must. I don't know what else
No,
I could
not
do.
in my office, madam. No tears, please, Archie, stop her.
Okay.
Archie, when Miss Kent has finished her disgraceful exhibition, show them out.
How dare she walk out on us like she was...
Easy. I know her, and you don't. She gets into a panic when other women cry. Or else she's curious about what Fritz is cooking for lunch. Now, just wait a minute, please. Oh, aren't you ashamed of yourself walking out like that on that poor kid?
And that hysterical gummer? Puh.
She's lost all of her money. She needs help.
I charge high fees, Archie.
So, charge a small fee instead. Do you want her to starve?
Good heavens. Starve? How monstrous.
I'm not kidding. While you'll be in here smelling your dinner, and she and her father will be starving.
I thought you were bringing me a paying client.
Well, this is different. She's,
Beautiful? Archie, you're impossible. Very well. Go back into them. Get names, addresses, facts. I am not committed to Miss Kent's case, but we'll see. Be thankful I pay for your weakness for a pretty face.
Miss Rodman and Miss Kent were gone. However, so all Archie had was a few facts they'd given him before they met Wolfe. Archie felt guilty about that when Wolfe came back into the office and sat down in her specially built chair. She closed her eyes and Archie glared at her.
well, how much of you is awake? Miss Wolfe. Well, they disappeared. Did you tell me you were going to help this girl just to get her out of the office? Or did you mean it?
You're a gadfly.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You made a promise and you're stuck with it.
What did you get from Rodman?
Name, address, occupation. She's a librarian, that's all.
Very careless, Archie. You missed the significant point.
Such as?
How did Rodman discover the letters were sold, being altered by forgery and used for swindle? How did she locate the dupe to Mr. Kent?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'll ask her next time, but what about now? Are you going to get Gloria's money back?
I assume you call Miss Kent Gloria solely in order to annoy me. It does. Stop it. Get Cross and Halleck. Oh, and that Caroline person too.
On my way.
You'll find them at the Hotel Beauregard.
Ha! Wrong, Miss Kent. According to my notes, their address is actually...
Never mind their address. The Hotel Beauregard is the headquarters for successful confidence tricksters. They celebrate their victories there while the money lasts. You will possibly find the trio drinking whiskey or lunching. Probably both.
Archie located Cross, Halleck, and Coronation in the hotel bar and lured them back to Miss Wolfe's place on 35th Street. Wolfe was sitting behind her desk with her hands crossed on her impressive middle, at peace with her lunch and the world, when Archie ushered them in. Wolfe sat bolt upright and scorched Archie with a look.
Good afternoon, Miss Wolfe. The tall lady's name is Miss Cross. The short guy is Mr. Halleck, and the other lady is Corona. They want to help me invest my money. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Nora Wolfe.
Huh?
What? What?
Who?
Nora Wolfe? The Nora Wolfe?
Hey, what is this?
Confound you, Archie. How drunk are they?
Not too drunk for business.
Let's get out of here. Come on. Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah, the dirty shill.
Hey, wait a minute. You want me to keep them here, Miss Wolfe?
Not by violence, Archie. Come back here, gentlemen. Ladies, you criminals. Unless you want 7 years in the state penitentiary.
Unless what?
You got nothing on us, Wolf. Nothing. Yeah, you got nothing on us.
I have the Kent case.
The Kent case?
That's a laugh. We're sitting pretty. Sitting pretty.
You are not, as you say, sitting pretty. You imagine you possess legal immunity. Mr. Kent believes your grotesque balderdash and will not sue for fraud. Miss Kent cannot sue because she is reluctant to accuse her father of wrongfully obtaining her money. Ergo, you think you are invulnerable.
No, listen. Yeah, listen.
But you forget me. I'm a detective with a fee to earn.
A big fee.
Quiet, Archie. I am determined to get that fee. Therefore, as Miss Kent's agent, I can and will bring action against you. I'm indifferent to her tears or her for this disgrace. I'm indifferent to anything outside of money. You will return the $10,000 to me at once, or you will be in jail by morning.
You mean that?
I do, Miss Cross.
Halleck?
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, both of you, come here.
Come on, Harry.
Okay, here, Miss Wolfe, we 3 have decided we don't want to get in any trouble with you. Here's your 10 grand.
Oh, let's have it.
Give the dough to Kent, Miss Wolfe, and get the letters and map back for us. You've got a reputation for being tricky but honest, and we trust you. Come on, Halleck. Coriander, let's go.
How well done. How about that?
Preposterous.
No, ma'am. Take a look. $10,000. Genuine coin of the realm.
That woman Cross is a fool. Does she imagine I am to be fooled so easily?
What do you mean? She left the money.
She surrendered too quickly, Archie. Too easily. And that money just happened to be in an envelope she just happened to be carrying, all ready to refund. Why?
Well, maybe she's got a better sucker. I heard her mention Ben Sanford.
Nonsense. Does she need Kent's forged letters and map to cheat this Ben Sanford? Couldn't she prepare another set?
I guess you're right. Something's fishy.
In any event, it's no concern of mine, thank heaven.
Why not?
I'm not committed to Miss Kent in any way. As a favor to you, I undertook to regain her money. I have done that. You may take it back to her and obtain the forged letters in return.
But, Miss
Silence, Mr. Goodwin. Go to your rat-hat charmer. Leave me in peace. I intend to spend this afternoon with my New World Atlas.
Archie left Miss Wolfe 3,000 miles up the Amazon with a magnifying glass and drove up to East 69th Street. The Kent house was a broken down little brownstone, and as Archie went up the stoop, the door opened and Gloria Kent burst out like a skyrocket.
Hey, Miss Kent, easy.
Let go of me, let go.
What's wrong?
Wrong? Wrong? Nothing is wrong. Nothing at all.
Well, how about seeing your father?
You want to see my father? Come inside.
Well, for the love of heaven, what is all this?
Come inside, Mr. Goodwin. I'll introduce you. He's in the back room. Right? Come right through the living room.
What else came through this living room? A hurricane?
No, Mr. Goodwin. Something else. There's my father, Mr. Goodwin.
What in the devil is... He's dead. His throat is cut.
Father, this is Archie Goodwin from Nora Wolfe's office. He and his boss refused to help while they could. Maybe they can help you now.
Stop it.
All I'm good for now is revenge, that's all.
Stop it. Stop it and look at me. When did it happen?
I don't know.
When did you find him?
Just now?
Keep looking at me. Who went through this house like a hurricane? You?
No.
Where did you go after you left the office?
To the laboratory.
What lab?
Document research. The place that checked the map.
And how long were you there?
Until an hour ago, I was with Miss Rodman.
Keep looking at me. And then?
I had lunch.
With Miss Rodman.
Alone. And then I came home.
All right. Now listen to me. I want you to go to Miss Wolfe's house right now. Have you got cab fare?
Yes.
All right. Take a cab. I've got to stay here, but I'll call Miss Wolfe and tell her you're on your way. Now, get.
Archie called Wolfe and told her everything. Wolfe instructed Archie to advise Inspector Kramer, who arrived with the homicide squad. Archie gave the inspector everything while the squad photographed and measured, print tested and detected. At 3:30, Kramer took Archie back to the house on 35th Street for a fight with Wolfe.
It's a great story, Wolfe. Great. Kent buys a phony treasure map. Everybody knows it's phony, except Kent. But Cross and Halleck and Corleone? Yeah, anyway, they tried to buy it back and Kent gets himself murdered.
Did you find the map and letters in the house, Inspector?
No, I did not.
And the killer was after the map?
The phony map?
Certainly.
Why?
Well, if we knew that, we would know why those swindlers so willingly paid back the money and why Kent was murdered.
Hey, maybe it's not phony.
I'd better see the girl now. Miss Kent, that is.
Oh, you fancy her for the murder?
Well, I'll know once I've asked her a few questions.
Tonight. She's had a shock, Inspector Kramer. She needs to rest.
Look, I want her.
Why bother with her when there's so much to be done?
Yeah? Such as?
Cross, Halleck, and Corleone. Find them and the mystery man they spoke of, Ben Sanford. He's the man you want now, not this poor, overwrought girl.
Well, all right. The girl will be here for questioning tonight, though, huh?
Tonight, Inspector.
Okay. You'll hear from me later on.
Well, you buffaloed your way out of that, okay? Say, why don't you want her questioned? Is she guilty?
I don't know.
Well, what did she say when she got here?
She said nothing. She never arrived.
She never what?
She never arrived.
Well then, why did you tell Kramer she was resting?
Would our beloved inspector have believed the truth coming from me? Miss Kent must be found. More important, we must learn why forged letters and a forged map have produced this turmoil.
Find the killer and you find the map. You said so.
I said the reverse, which is an altogether different statement. Archie, I want a photograph of that map. Get it.
Oh, sure. Sure. Any particular camera you want me to use?
You'll find the photograph at 200 Vanderbilt Street.
Are you kidding?
A lab cannot check the authenticity of old papers without photographing them in ultraviolet light, infrared light, and so on. If this document research lab has examined those papers, they will have photographs. Get them.
Wolfe got out of her chair and waddled back to the house elevator. It was 4 o'clock and time for regular afternoon sessions with the orchids. Archie drove down to the document research lab on Vanderbilt and got such a shock that he grabbed the office phone and dialed Wolfe at once.
This is Nero Wolfe.
Miss Wolfe, Archie here.
What's the matter? Are you lost?
No, ma'am, not lost. I found something.
Photographs?
No, Miss Wolfe, I don't think you'll ever see any photographs of the Kent map. I don't think any were taken.
Indeed.
But guess who runs the document research laboratory? No, don't guess. You probably know it. A man named Ben Sanford, and he's sitting right here looking at me.
Bring him home with you.
Home? But it's 4 in the afternoon. This is the sacred hour when you pray over your orchids.
Then Mr. Sanford can join the ceremony.
Hey, how about this place? How about it? There must be a million flowers up here.
No, not flowers. Orchids only. Miss Wolfe has 10,000 plants.
Never saw anything like it.
And you will never again, brother.
Hey, what kind is that on the bench?
Oh, that's our pride and joy, Odontoglossum harianum. Above them, the Vanda petegiana. And the pink ones are the Cioglyn panduratas. Now, the large object over there, mulching flower pots, is Nero Wolfe. Miss Wolfe? Ben Sanford.
Good afternoon, sir?
Hi, I came along to be obliging. I've got nothing to say about anything.
How much have you offered Cross and Halleck and Cornucopia for that treasure map?
No comment.
Mr. Sanford, I'm going to make some assumptions. I assume that you are not, in fact, a document expert, but an accessory to the fraud of Halleck, Cross, and Corduroy?
No comment.
And that you actually prepare fraudulent maps for those swindlers, and then, in the guise of an expert, guarantee their authenticity?
No comment.
But this you must answer. You did guarantee the authenticity of the map and letters Kent bought. It's on record.
All right, I did it.
Then will you admit they were forged?
What are you, a comic? No.
You guarantee the value of the Kent map?
Yes.
As an expert?
Yes.
Then you've convicted yourself of murder.
Murder? What is this?
Mr. Kent was murdered, sir. Evidently for the map and letters you bought. But of all persons involved, you alone believe in the value of the map. No one else does. Therefore, you alone would have murdered Kent for the map.
Well, for the love of... Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Haha, chew it over, brother. Chew it over. Either way, she's got you.
Okay, you want me to level? Here it is.
Level? Archie?
It's okay, boss. Thief-type talk. It means tell the truth.
It's like you say. The letters were bought from Miss Rodman. I forged the map and evidence onto them. I guaranteed them to Kent. It was a swindle.
The letters are without value.
Oh, sure, they are old. That's all. From 1851. Just tired family gossip and stuff.
Indeed. Here we have the problem again, Archie. Mr. Kent has been swindled with a map and letters that are known to be worthless. He alone believes the fantasy of the treasure.
There isn't any treasure. Never was.
Yet those would-be swindlers refunded the swindled money so eagerly. It is obvious they want those worthless documents back badly. Someone else wants them so bad they murdered Mr. Kent. Why?
Oh, I don't know.
Archie, we must find Miss Kent. There's a chance she turned to Miss Rodman for refuge. I'm sorry, you'll have to go there at once. If Miss Kent isn't there, bring Rodman.
Yes?
Hello, Miss Rodman. Remember me? I'm Archie Goodwin from Nero Wolfe's office.
Oh, yes, of course.
I came to get Gloria Kent. There's been a change in plans. Tell her to come out, please.
Gloria. Well, she's not here. Why should she be?
Haven't you heard?
Heard what?
Well, I guess you'd better come down and see Wolfe.
Mr. Goodwin, I'm afraid I can't. I'm rather busy today.
Look, Miss Rodman, maybe you ought to know. Old man Kent was murdered.
What?
Yes, just after you and Gloria left us.
Kent murdered? Well, that's awful, Mr. Goodwin.
You want to see Miss Wolfe now? Get your hat.
Murdered? Oh, believe me, I never wanted this. I'm going to tell Nora Wolfe everything, the whole mess, every word of it.
Okay then, come on, let's go.
Yes, of course. Just a minute. I get my hat in the bedroom. Murdered. Kent. I never dreamed.
Come on, Miss Rodman. Come on, Miss Rodman. Miss Rod... What? I didn't hear you. Oh, good grief. What the... Miss Rodman! Miss Rodman. Oh, Miss Rodman. Good Lord, what next? Come on. Come on.
This is Nora Wolfe?
Archie here. We've had a tough break.
Yes?
While I was waiting for Miss Rodman at the front door, she went into the bedroom for her hat. The killer was there.
How do you know?
They cut Miss Rodman's throat.
Tell them?
The back window's open. It's a ground floor apartment. They were out and gone before I had a chance.
Archie, where were your wits?
Let me alone. I've had a woman murdered 20 feet from me. You think I'm cheering?
Inspector Kramer is here and he has news for us, Archie. He could not locate Cross Halleck or Coronation in their apartment. They had not been home all day. The maid informed Kramer that he was waiting for her weekly salary.
Well, so what?
She was most angry and peppery, the inspector informs me.
Red pepper?
Exactly.
Okay, maybe I know what you mean. I'll try to deliver the good this time. Goodbye.
Archie drove down to the apartment house on Gramercy Square where the three swindlers lived, took the elevator up to the 10th floor, found the right door, and slipped in with a passkey.
Come on out. Come out wherever you are. I know you're here. You fooled Kramer pretending to be the maid, but you didn't fool Wolfe. You'd better come out. Gloria! Cut it out, you idiot! Lay off!
No!
It's me, Archie. Archie, you dope. Archie Goodwin from Nora Wolfe's office.
Let
Remember
me go.
Me? Give me the gun, Gloria. Give it to me. Yeah, that's right. Who did you think I was?
Halleck.
Oh, brilliant. So Wolfe figured you out, huh? Well, you're a brave girl. They killed your father. You come up here and waited for them. You were going to kill them right back, huh? Oh, that rat-headed temper. And you bluffed Kramer into think you were the maid.
I had to do something. It was the only thing I could think of. To come here and kill them.
Well, you're coming home with Archie. And you remember one thing. When Wolfe's working for you, don't try to do any thinking. It only gets in Wolfe's way.
Archie got Gloria Kent back to the house at 7 o'clock. He parked the car, brought her into the office, and got the shock off his life. There was a convention on. Wolfe was there with Inspector Kramer representing the cops, Cross, Halleck, Cordoba, and Sanford were there representing the crooks. Kramer scowled first at Gloria and then at Wolfe.
So it was a slick one after all, Wolfe. You didn't have the girl. You had no intention of producing her.
Please, Inspector Kramer, that can wait. There are other matters more important. I dine at 8. That leaves me 1 hour to solve your murders.
Murders? More than one?
Yes, 2. Ellen Rodman.
By heaven, Goodwin, if you had...
Please, Inspector, not now. First, Miss Kent. Good evening, Miss Kent. I presume you have met these, individuals, Cross, Halleck, Corinthian, and Sanford? Here, I'll take your purse, please.
But why? I don't
Don't think me as naive as Mr. Goodwin, miss. When you left your home after the murder of your father, you took the map and letters with you. They're in your person now.
But that's not true.
Archie, the purse. Thank you. We have here an interesting situation. There exists some old letters and map, forged and fraudulent, but they're worth $10,000 more to Crescent Halleck and Corvette, and worth 2 murders to a killer. Why? There must be something of great value in the letters.
Yeah? Such as?
Something which Mr. Sanford could not see although he worked on the document closely. Yet something which could be made manifest. What is the answer, Miss Kent? You know it.
I swear I don't.
Secret writing. Archie, bring the chafing dish from the dining room.
Right.
Secret writing? I saw nothing when I worked on those letters.
Naturally, Mr. Sanford. The writing is invisible, but heat as an agent makes most forms of secret writing visible.
The shaving dish, boss.
Thank you, Archie. Place it before me and light it.
Right.
Now I open Miss Kent's purse. From it, you see, I withdraw these ancient letters which she took from her house after her father's murders.
That's not true.
Archie.
That's enough, Gloria. That's enough. From now on, you just listen.
We remove the letters from the envelope and toast them gently. Secret ink. Vintage 1851 will easily succumb to the agency of heat.
Careful, those envelopes will catch fire.
Hey, they've caught.
Don't be upset, Miss Cross.
The envelopes.
Will burn safely in the dish. We can concentrate on the writing. Watch closely. I don't want to be accused for trickery.
You fat fool. The envelopes are everything.
Put him out, Sanford. Don't sit there. Put him out.
Yeah, put him out.
Why, Mr. Halleck?
Well, the stamps, the missionaries, they're worth a fortune.
Yeah, a fortune.
The missionaries, of course. You both know that. Miss Cross knows. So does Mr. Sanford, right?
Yeah.
Of course Sanford knows, you old fool. Just let me get
Of course he knows.
Mr. Sanford is not alarmed. Why not, sir?
I don't know what you are talking about.
$50,000 or $100,000 is burning before your very eyes, Mr. Sanford. Those 3 are burning their fingers putting out the flaming envelopes, and you sit there quite indifferently. Why?
Well,
You know the value of the missionary stamps on the letters you bought from Miss Rodman, but you know these aren't the real letters, isn't that it?
Not the real letters?
I told you I'm tough to crack, Wolf. You didn't fool me with those dummies.
Dummies? How do you know? Miss Cross didn't know. Mr. Halleck didn't know. Neither did Miss Corn on the Cob. How did you?
Well,
I'll tell you, sir. Only one man could know I was framing Miss Kent as a decoy. Only one man could know I prepared these dummy letters and pretended to take them from her purse. And that is the killer. The man who murdered her father and stole the map and letters this morning. You, sir, Mr. Sanford.
Well, I'll be...
Inspector Kramer. There's your killer. You'll find the missing map and letters on him are concealed in his home or office. You won't need the evidence anyway. Look at his face. He's self-confessed.
Self-confessed like fun. He was booby-trapped.
No, Inspector, not a complicated case, really. Very simple. Alan Rodman sold a packet of old family letters to the swindlers for a small sum. They used the letters to perpetrate their fraud on Miss Kent's father.
And the stamps on the letters were valuable?
They were a special Hawaiian issue, 1851, Miss Kent, nicknamed missionaries because missionaries used them for writing home. They're extremely rare stamps worth upward of $25,000 each.
Hey, no wonder they were worth 2 murders. We found 5 of them on Sanford.
Excellent. Somehow or other, Miss Rodman discovered the value of the stamps after she sold the letters. In her effort to get them back, she communicated her discovery to the swindlers, Cross, Halleck, Correlation, and Sanford.
So that's why they refunded the money so fast.
Precisely. In an effort to have the sale rescinded, Miss Rodman sought out Kent and tried to convince him of the fraud. Alas, he would not listen to the truth, Inspector.
Oh, I get it. And while the others were hassling around, Sanford tried to steal a march and quietly resorted to murder.
And there you have it.
Haha, great job, boss. Great job. So Gloria not only gets her 10 grand back, but 5 times 25, which is about 125,000 worth of goodies. Now, figuring your rates by the hour, that means you've done a gratis job worth about...
Miss Kent, I did not nor will I demand a large fee for what I have done. I will not go back on my word, but I can beg for a favor.
Oh, I'll only be too happy to do
Wait. I ask something that will not be easy to grant.
What is it?
Will you use your red hair, your pretty face, your admirable figure, and your ample fortune to lure Mr. Goodwin away from this house tonight? I would like to enjoy my dinner in peace.
Oh, that won't be difficult, Miss Wolfe.
Let's have an understanding right now, Gloria. Difficult for you or for me?
I'll be delighted.
Indeed. To spend an evening with Mr. Goodwin, there is only one word for you, Miss Kent. Intrepid.
You've been listening to the new adventures of Nero Wolfe, starring Victoria Paulsen in the title role. Tonight's story by Alfred Bester was based on the famous characters created by Rex Stout, produced by Dr. Smith and directed by Clara Freiwald. In the cast were Michael Stubert as Archie Goodwin and Anna Fering as Inspector Kramer. Also starring were Mara Brohers, Sarah Brun, Stella Denker, Melina Fahl, Pauline Jeuter, Theresa Jansen. Music by Julia Jansen and Annika Schallhorn. Our next episode is quite a special one. Just in time for Christmas, Nora Wolfe and Archie will bring you the case of the slaughtered Santas. This is Nanke Thomsen speaking. 3 chimes mean a good time on NBC.
And that's a wrap. All right, everyone, that went about as badly as I expected. Stella?
Yeah.
Never do a man's voice again. Mike and Victoria, the entire cast almost lost his life on air.
Well, at least I tried. But Clara, I think I'm playing Truder in the next episode. Isn't he one of the Santas? How can Santa be a woman?
Well,
Yeah.
Let me think
you know, it would be really hard to tell if it was a man or a woman playing Santa Claus with all that padding and fake ears. We could explain it that way.
Fair enough. What do you think, Stella?
Well, suits me. You know, because of the Santa suit.
Yeah, it wasn't very long.
Nora,
What's
I
up?
need your help.
What's happening?
I don't know, it just froze. I can't get it to do anything.
How are we going to use sound effects without the computer? Well, there's some poster board back in the corner. It must have been from some art class that took place here. We can use that to make signs, like in the old-time movie shows, saying applause.
Okay, yeah, that's an idea. Anna, you get to working on that. Get some others to help you.
I can help. I don't have to do anything during the episode since my lines are mostly at the end and at the beginning.
Great, you two do that. Julia, see if you can reboot the computer and get it back up and running during the break. This is a disaster.
Clara, do we have time to take a quick break? I have to make a phone call.
Yeah, sure, it's time for intermission anyway. That gives you about 50 minutes.
All right, great. Be right back.
Good. That goes for all of you two. We're having a 15-minute break, and then we'll meet each other again for our next exciting episode. We may need your help.
"15 minutes later."
It's still not working.
Stella, can you handle some live musical effects like the theme song?
Sure, I can try.
How's that?
Should be fine. We can always add them later when we add the show down for broadcast.
We're all done with the prompts. We just need to practice with them a bit.
Great. Julia, if the computer is not working, you and Nancy have these poster boards to get the audience to make sound effects for you. You just have to hold out the right sign at the right time. Still, but the computer would be a better option if you could just, I don't know, have you tried turning it on?
Clara?
Could you put up a spark or something?
Clara!
What?
We've got a problem.
Huh?
No, any closer.
Why?
Remember that corona quick test I told you about earlier?
Yes.
Well, somehow it turned out to be positive.
No.
I have to leave immediately to get a PCR test done. They're waiting for me at the test center. I'm sorry.
But what are we supposed to do in the meantime? Somebody needs to play Nora because, I don't know, write out his character or something. It's, Julia, there. You want to make a bigger part in the last episode. How do you feel about that?
No way, the role I've got is already plenty. I didn't want that many lines. Besides, I need to focus on these parts.
Okay, Teresa.
Oh, no. No.
No, I can't. I'm enough staff for the music.
Oh, I'll do it. I can play the boss.
But you have to tell it for Archie. That would probably confuse the audience too much.
Okay, well, then you are just going to have to play Nora yourself in this episode. Everyone else has their parts assigned already.
All right? I mean, got my script? Anna?
Yes?
Can you let the studio audience know what they need to do during the episode?
Sure, boss.
And can you count down to on air since I'm in the opening scene?
Will do.
Good.
All right, dear studio audience, ladies and gentlefolk, we need you in our hour of need. We prepared trump cards. Julia and Nanke will hold them up during the show, and I need every single one of you to make the noise that's written on the card. It's really important. Please give your best. sure we have it on camera. And let's practice now. No, that's a good start. But let's try something easier too. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, good luck. Thank you. And if it doesn't work out, don't worry. We're gonna edit it in post.
All right, we're just about ready. Get the 2 heads up. Okay. Where are Paulina and Melina?
They're in the back studying for the statistics finals.
Paulina, Melina, we need you on stage ASAP.
I don't have a lot of lights in this one. Is it okay for study when I'm not on?
Whatever, it's fine as long as you don't miss your cue. Now, places everyone.
Isn't that my job now?
Of course. Over to you.
All right, everybody, you heard the lady. Places. We're going on air in 5, 4, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ringing of the phone means mystery, adventure.
Nora Wolfe's office, Archie Goodwin speaking? Yes. Yes, I know that in 48 hours it's going to be Christmas, but who is this? Who? Look, I'm a big boy now, so... Yeah, okay. Tonight at 8. Goodbye.
What the devil was that?
This may come as a shock to you, Miss Wolfe, but that was Santa Claus.
You've been drinking.
The usual. Milk. He's coming to see you at 8. He's got a problem.
Indeed.
It seems that some lone, not to mention murderous character is going around slaughtering Santa Clauses.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the bulkiest, smartest, and most unpredictable detective in the world, that chairbone genius Nero Wolfe, created by Rex Stout and brought to you in a new series of adventures over this NBC network in the person of Miss Clara Freiwald.
It began earlier than 8, however, the case of the slaughtered Santas. It began, to be precise, on the corner of 34th and Street and Carlisle. The hour was close to 6, the weather cold, the sky dark.
Hey, how you doing, Turner?
Sure. Sure. I'm freezing to death, officer.
It's a cold day. Packing up?
Yeah, I guess so. Not many people around anymore, all heading for home and dinner.
How was the collection?
Well, I don't need no armored car, but a few dozen kids are gonna have something for their Christmas stockings.
Your competition, the guy on the opposite corner, has already scrammed.
Probably got low blood pressure. Well, give me a hand to get the collection part off the chains here.
Sure, here you go.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I'll just walk you down the block. Got a phone in.
Okay, fine.
One Santa still left. Wonder what they're waiting for?
Santa Claus.
Well, watch yourself going down those chimneys tonight.
Sure. Well, I cut across the avenue here. Be seeing you.
Hey, that car coming down the street got its light out. Look out!
Hey, stop! Ah!
Hey, Peg.
Huh?
Did I ever tell you I love ya?
It's not me you love. It's the hot soup.
Ah, now. You're not the only woman who can cook a dish of soup.
Huh?
It helps, though. I'm just beginning to thaw out.
Yeah, that's a cold corner you play Santa Claus on.
Well,
it don't hurt to make a few bucks. I ain't done so good this past year. Well, maybe the next year will be, oh well. Besides, I kind of like it, you know? Kids asking questions all day long.
Yeah.
You know, I wonder how they figure there are 3 centers at the intersection.
Kids think of only one thing at a time. More soup?
Sure, Peg. You know, one of the mother centers got hit by a car tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, they picked up a few minutes before I did. Started crossing the avenue and bang! You know, hit and run driver.
Oh gosh. That's too bad. Were they hurt?
Yeah, they were killed.
Here's your soup. With the traffic nowadays, well, I better take a look at the stew.
Oh, somebody at the door. I'll get it, Peg.
Okay.
Yeah? What? What's that? No! Oh.
Michael! Michael! Mike! No!
Miss Wolfe,
Yes, Archie?
I've been thinking.
Oh, good heavens.
Oh, I admit it won't bring about a national emergency, but Miss Wolfe, Christmas is only a couple of days away.
If you're hinting about your present.
No. I was just imagining you behind a team of reindeer.
Your imagination is morbid.
You'd make a wonderful Miss Claus, or even Santa. Hey, there's a thought. You've got the perfect build for it. Of course, as for character...
Archie!
Yeah?
Can you picture me scrambling down a chimney?
Well, they might have to build a bigger chimney, but with that suit and the fake beard, nobody could tell who or what you were underneath.
Bah, humbug.
Yeah, that too. However, there's this...
That is the door.
True, I was thinking...
You might see who it is.
Well, if nobody's been lying to me on the phone, that'll be Santa Claus.
Well, we'd better let the jolly old elf in then.
But I haven't decided what I want for Christmas yet, Miss Wolfe. For example, should she be blonde or brunette? Tall or short?
Archie!
On my way. Good evening.
I dislike dawdling on anyone's doorstep.
Well, stop dawdling. Come in, please.
Miss Wolfe has been warned of my arrival.
She has. Through here, please. Miss Wolfe, this, is Santa Claus.
My name is Barton. Joan Barton. How do you do, ma'am? I have no time for the social graces, Miss Wolfe. I am about to be murdered. Not in my house. I have objections. I'm a frightened woman, Miss Wolfe. Indeed. This costume you see me in is responsible for it all. Then why are you in it? I had a notion it might be, well, entertaining to play Santa Claus in public. I'm a wealthy woman, madame. I can afford to have whims. Therefore, I have assumed this masquerade. However, it apparently is going to be the death of me. Miss Barton, you have adequately conveyed an atmosphere and an emotion. I suggest you concentrate on facts now. Very well. I have been acting as Santa Claus for the Tuberculosis Fund. My station is the corner of 34th Street and Carlisle Avenue. I might add, the northeast corner. Why? Because at the intersections, there have been 2 other Santa Clauses every evening this past week. One on the southeast corner and one on the southwest corner. 3 Santa Clauses then, on 3 corners? Yes, now then. Earlier tonight, the Santa on the southwest corner started home. The Santa in question was crossing the avenue when they were run down and killed by an automobile. A regrettable accident. The car was running without lights. It deliberately ran the fellow down and then vanished. Not an accident, Miss Wolfe. You saw this yourself? I did. One Santa Claus dead. The one on the southeast corner got home all right, according to the radio news flash. That's where they were killed. By bullets.
Coincidence.
Possibly, but I wouldn't want to risk my life on the chance.
It is nearly Christmas Eve. In the nature of things, you would have made 2 more appearances. Very well, Miss Barton.
I'll write you a check as a retainer, then hurry along home. I'm late now.
No.
I beg your pardon?
You will neither hurry home nor notify anyone at your home of your whereabouts.
But
You'll remain here until such time as I think it's safe for you to leave. The house is well guarded.
I can't do that.
In which case, I cannot accept you as a client.
I fail to understand.
Miss Barton, it is very easy to murder someone. Avoiding the consequences of such an action is something else again. However, I'm assuming that you're not primarily interested in what happens to your murderer after you're dead.
Of course not.
Therefore, you remain here. Archie?
Yep.
First, the corner of 34th and Carlisle, a complete report.
But that's nonsense. The corner will be deserted now.
Miss Barton, you're hiring my intelligence. You will therefore permit me to use it as I see fit. A complete report, Archie.
Right, ma'am.
You will then visit Inspector Kramer at headquarters. You will, in whatever manner you find effective, collect all the police information about the 2 already murdered centers.
Fine. The manner, I think, will be applying a blowtorch to the inspector's toes.
Your levity is ill-timed.
The inspector's likely to throw me out on my ear.
Your problem.
My ear?
And on your way home, you might stop in at Miss Barton's place.
I don't see any purpose in that.
Miss Barton, there's a basic problem to which we must find an answer. Whether those 2 individuals were murdered because they were Santa Clauses, or because their deaths were merely preliminaries to yours. Archie, I suggest haste.
Yes, ma'am.
And avoid blondes. I would like you to be home in time for Christmas.
Hey, bud.
Yeah?
Got the price for a cup of coffee?
You sure you mean coffee?
Either you're gonna dig it up or you ain't. Never mind the questions about my personal affairs, see?
Oh, I apologize. Here.
2 bits? Huh. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Don't let me keep ya.
You're not. 34th and Carlisle, huh? During the day filled with milling throngs. Hey, that's a nice phrase. I'll have to remember it. Milling throngs. And now desolate and deserted. Well, that's life.
Is that a fact?
That's philosophy.
Yeah, for 2 bits, I don't have to listen to no philosophy, see? Good night, bud.
Uh-oh, the inspector's got company.
If all you reporters will shut up and ask your questions one by one, I'll answer them.
Okay, Inspector. Is it true that a couple of Santa Clauses have been knocked off tonight?
It is true that 2 individuals who have been employed as Santa Clauses by charitable organizations have been murdered. Yes.
Any connection between those 2 murders, or does somebody just hate Santa Claus?
Well, so far as we know, there is no connection.
That means it could be maybe some kind of maniac who decided they don't like Christmas or Santa Clauses. Is that right?
The department is investigating along those lines.
Like how?
Well, we are checking all the local asylums for possible escaped lunatics.
Yeah, but Inspector, suppose this nut has never been in an asylum.
That'll be all, folks.
But can
I said that will be all. Now anything new comes in, you'll get it. Understand? Hey, Goodwin?
Hello, Inspector.
Yeah, I spotted you coming in. What happened? You decided to reform and got a job on a paper?
Nope. I'm a public-spirited citizen, that's all.
Yeah, I can add a few things to that description with practically no strain at all.
Miss Wolfe and I are very sentimental about Christmas. We object to Santa Clauses being killed.
Nuts.
Oh, Inspector, aren't you in favor for Christmas?
I'm in favor of Christmas. I'm in favor of motherhood.
Leave motherhood out of this. Neither of us are mothers. Our chances of becoming mothers aren't too good either. And furthermore...
Okay. You're not giving. So get out of here.
Thank you, Inspector.
But Goodwin?
Yeah?
In case Wolfe decides to send me something for Christmas, you know what I wish she'd sent me?
What?
Your head.
Well, now I know what I want for Christmas.
What did you say?
I said my name is Goodwin and it's cold on your doorstep.
Oh, I'm sorry. Come in.
Thank you. You didn't mention your name.
I'm Laura Barton.
Mrs. Laura Barton?
Oh, no.
Fine. That's just fine. That is, what relation are you to Joan Barton?
Her niece. Why do you ask?
Oh, you've got a beautiful voice. All this marble and no housekeeper?
I don't know where Pleasant is. She should be here.
Have her shot on Sunrise.
Oh, Laura.
Auntie Wanda, this is Mr. Goodwin.
Never heard of him. What does he want?
Well, I don't know.
Wanda what?
Stevens.
Friend of Joan Barton's.
Half-sister, but we seem to be doing all the answering. How about your answering some questions, Goodwin?
I'll try.
Come into the library. What do you want?
For Christmas? Erase that. I would like to see your half-sister.
She's not home.
Where is she?
Don't you know?
I wouldn't have come here asking for her if I did, would I?
I suppose that's true. What did you want with her?
Conversation.
About?
Anything. You see, I like to talk to rich people, and you are not really.
I can't play the piano either.
You could always learn, but being rich is harder. I found that...
Mr. Goodwin, you must have some reason for coming here. Some reason concerning Aunt Joan?
Laura, you're being imaginative.
Well, she is late.
She's probably still on that street corner playing Santa Claus. She enjoys it, so why bother about that?
I don't know, except
She's never been as late as this?
Well, no. Not since she started that masquerade of hers.
Would you happen to know where the housekeeper is?
Out getting drunk, I suspect. She was in the kitchen a little while ago, disappeared. Pleasant likes to personally inspect the wine when it's red, or even when it's white. No, I take that back.
Oh, you do?
She prefers Irish whiskey, so we don't stock it, therefore...
Too bad. I better run along. Good night, Miss Stevens, Miss Barton.
Good night.
Ooh, I'll see you out.
Prettiest housekeeper I ever saw. Blonde. Old Dr. Titmouse always said, beware of blondes, because...
Mr. Goodwin,
Well, I'm waiting.
Mr. Goodwin, you must know something about Aunt Joan. Something you didn't want to tell us.
What makes you think so?
Well, otherwise your visit was just pointless.
Let's suppose I do know something. Now, I might be a kidnapper or
Oh,
even
no.
with my honest brown eyes.
Your first name is Archie, isn't it?
Archie? Archie Goodwin. Goes together nicely, don't you think?
You work for Nero Wolfe, don't you? You're going back to her now?
I might be, but then again I might be going to the movies.
I knew I recognized you. Your pictures have been in the papers. Take me with you to see Miss Wolfe. You can trust me.
I never trust blondes.
That's unfair.
Well, no, I don't trust brunettes either. Furthermore, I'm not sure Miss Wolfe would want to see you, so I don't... So, why don't you trail me home,
Is that you, Archie?
Archie! Where's Santa Claus?
Guest room. She was tired. Who?
I've been trailed home.
Indeed.
By a blonde. All right. I admit I didn't make any strenuous effort to shake her off, but she trailed
Where
me.
is she?
Outside.
Good. Your report.
Oh, but she might be freezing to death out there.
That's her problem. Your report, Archie.
It's short and simple.
It would be simple.
I haven't got time to resent that. A blonde is dying. As for the report, the corner of 34th and Carlisle is a very quiet spot at night. No one was around but a bum who got into me for a quarter for coffee, she said.
You will not put that quarter on the expense account.
Stop worrying. There was a private gesture. There were 4 corners. Corner number 1 had a dress shop on it. Corner number 2, a drugstore with a beautiful redhead in the window, making with the hair-ins. The ad said her name was Noreen, but it didn't give her phone number.
Archie!
Oh, 3rd corner, it was devoted to a shoe store, and the 4th corner had a bank on it.
A bank? Huh.
Kind of thought we'd have a pause at that point. Mean something?
Inspector Kramer's information consisted of?
Oh, you're being coy. Kramer furnished the information the police could find no connection between the 2 murdered Santas.
Except for the fact that they were both playing Santa Claus.
Well, isn't that a little on the obvious side?
This is an obvious case. The Barton home, Archie?
Marble and old lace. A housekeeper, her name is Pleasant, was among the missing. Among those present, Laura Barton, the old lady's niece, and Wanda Stevens, her half-sister.
Ah.
Yeah, only for Laura. Stevens was not at all pretty.
It was Laura Barton who followed you here?
It was Laura.
Archie, go upstairs and once you...
Oh no, wait a minute. The girl. The weather. Common humanity demands that you have a little...
For you speak for yourself, not humanity.
I'm human.
On occasion a debatable point. Very well, let her in.
Oh, thanks. Laura?
Yes?
Come in, please. Laura Barton, Miss Wolfe.
How do you do?
How much money do you inherit on the death of your Aunt Joan?
What?
That is known as the shock treatment. However, I need an answer.
Aunt Joan isn't dead, is she?
Oh, that for the moment is not important. How much?
Half her estate?
The other half?
My Aunt Wanda, her half-sister.
Very well. Archie, will you go upstairs and inform Miss Barton that her niece is here?
My aunt is here?
On my way, ma'am.
Yes?
Archie, Miss Barton.
Come in.
Miss Wolfe would like you to come downstairs.
I suppose she has a reason?
A blonde reason. Your niece.
My niece.
That's right. She, Hey, where did you get that?
A woman of my wealth finds it safer to carry a revolver.
Yeah, but it's not safe to point it at people, especially for the people.
Turn around, Goodwin.
But Miss Barton, we are protecting you.
By letting that girl into the house, if I had the time, I'd be amused. As it is...
Ow!
Archie, have you been drinking? Oh, good heavens!
Santa Claus came early.
You had.
Which one are you referring to? My own or the one Santa gave me?
You had better sit.
No. I had enough trouble getting up a little while ago. I'm staying out of any position in which I might have to do that again. Miss Barton is among the missing.
Indeed.
Hit me on the head and used the back exit. I checked with Fritz in the kitchen on the way here.
She offered a reason for her peculiar behavior?
Laura Barton.
So?
I don't understand. My aunt wouldn't do...
Your aunt apparently has. She also, it would appear, fancies herself in costume.
Well, she used to be very much interested in the stage. She acted for a while, a long time ago, till the family objected.
Archie?
Got it. Nora Wolfe's office, Archie Goodwin speaking.
You recite very nicely, Goodwin. This is Kramer. Let me have Wolfe, huh?
Miss Wolfe, Inspector Kramer.
Yes, Inspector.
The papers haven't been carrying it, Wolfe, but you're working on the Santa Claus case, aren't you?
A possibility.
You didn't send Goodwin down to headquarters on a possibility. Well, never mind. We're working on a line down here, Wolfe. Now, look, if it doesn't strain your professional ethics, you might be able to help.
How?
Well, there's a bank on the corner of 34th Street and Carlisle. We got the thought that, well, suppose a gang was preparing to take that bank tomorrow morning. Those Santa Clauses have been on the corner for nearly a week now. They might have noticed something about the bank's routine, guards or what have you, that could interfere with the gang's plan.
A mighty ingenious and imaginative thought, Inspector.
You didn't say yes or no.
I have, at the moment, no opinion.
That's all you're going to give us?
At the moment. However, Inspector, in a very little while I shall give you the murderer. Archie, Miss Barton will remain here. As for you,
Yeah?
I want you to return to 34th Street and find your coffee-loving friend.
What?
You will persuade her in whatever manner you think best to return here with you.
Huh.
Yes. You know, I think it's possible you may be able to put that quarter in the expense account after all.
You!
What? Oh, where I seen you before?
Yeah, I've learned to love the neighborhood. That's why it's going to break my heart.
What is?
Leaving it with you.
With?
Hey! I'm sensitive about having guns pulled on me tonight.
Let go of me, will you?
Not until I... there. Gun looks in a lot better shape than you do. You're coming with me.
Where?
Miss Wolfe would like to see you.
Nora Wolfe?
Yeah.
Well, why?
She's trying to salvage a quarter.
Archie.
Uh-huh. Complete with she wouldn't give her name. She did have a gun to it, though. This one.
Yes, Archie. You know Miss Barton, of course?
Hi.
And Miss Stevens. She joined us a moment ago. Miss Barton thought she'd be happier if Aunt Wanda were here.
Hello, Miss Stevens.
That's not the only reason I came. My sister is still missing. I'm concerned.
Yes. You, madame. Will you sit down? Watching people stand makes me uncomfortable.
I don't have to.
Well, yes, you do. Archie's stronger than you are.
Oh, all right.
That's better.
If you don't mind, Miss Wolfe, I have never been here before and never met you, but you look as though you could handle things. I think my sister's been kidnapped.
A possibility we shall have to consider. Miss Barton, perhaps you have a theory too?
Well, I don't know. My aunt's been behaving strangely for weeks now.
In what way?
Well, I'm not sure. Aunt Wanda?
Well, of course, Joan's always been a little peculiar, but I'm afraid I saw nothing especially strange outside of the Santa Claus stunt, of course.
I see. Miss Barton, your aunt has played Santa Claus all week on one of the corners of 34th Street in Carlisle.
I know.
On two other corners, two other individuals indulged in the same activity. Those two other centers are now dead.
Oh no!
Well, wait, Miss Wolfe? You mean they were killed by mistake for my sister?
It is true that one person made up as Santa Claus looks very much alike another person, male or female, similarly costumed. But the answer is no. One of the two individuals was shot in their home after they had removed their costume.
Well, then what?
Miss Barton, in the event you wanted to hide a tree, where would you hide it?
Hide a tree? Why? I wouldn't even begin to know.
If you were very clever, you would hide it in a forest. If you wanted to hide a murder in very clever, you'd adopt the same principle.
Wait, you mean that if someone wanted to kill my aunt and didn't want to be suspected,
they'd go about murdering several people with an ostensible lunatic reason. They would, let us say, go about killing Santa Clauses.
I get it. Then people would think the person they really wanted dead for a special and private reason had been killed for something that didn't point to the real murder.
True. That was why two Santa Clauses were murdered tonight. The third Santa Claus, however, the real object of the murderer's attention, was luckier. Or she was suspicious. At any rate, she fled.
Do I have to hang around here and listen to all this?
You do, my unwashed friend. Miss Barton fled, and the murder was in a quandary, having, so to speak, invested in two murders merely to make the third one confusing. But this person found themselves unable to commit that third murder. They couldn't find the victim. Could they ask the police to do so? Hardly. But they might just try to inveigle a private detective such as myself into the job.
That makes sense, Miss Wolfe, but why would my sister have deliberately fled from your house? I mean, she was protected here, so what? Do I make myself clear?
Very clear, Miss Stevens. Archie, the gun you took from the unkempt older lady, you still have it?
I still have it.
Then would you mind pointing at Miss Stevens here until the police remove her?
All right, come along now, ma'am.
Well, that's the end of Miss Stevens. Inspector Kramer will take good care of her from now on. But now, Miss Wolfe, Laura and me and the refugee from a washcloth over here would still like to know how and why and who was involved.
I knew two people had a motive for Joan Barton's death, Laura Barton and Wanda Stevens. One of them proceeded to kill Santa Clauses in the hope that the police would assume those killings to be the work of a lunatic.
The papers certainly hopped on that assumption.
Yes. However, Joan Barton, aware that her life was in danger, escaped her murder and hid.
In this house?
No. A person in a Santa Claus costume came here and said she was Miss Barton. However, she was an obvious imposter. She proved that by her flight when the young Miss Laura Barton here arrived.
You mean she could fool you, but she knew she wouldn't be able to fool me, so she...
Precisely. Therefore it was not your Aunt Joan. Who was it? Who else had disappeared at the propitious moment?
The housekeeper, Pleasant.
True. I distrust coincidence. Miss Stevens needed an accomplice, hence she sent Pleasant here.
And Pleasant would give you a song and dance about Joan Barton's danger and then scram. You'd start investigating, discover Miss Barton was missing, try to locate her, and inadvertently lead Stevens to her victim, huh?
I frustrated that part of the plan by insisting on Pleasance remaining here, which she did until...
That part of it's fine, but how did you choose between Laura and Stevens?
It was Miss Stevens who knew without being told that Joan Barton had been in this house and had fled from it.
Yeah, you yourself mentioned that Stevens had only been here a moment, so you hadn't told her.
Obviously, the housekeeper phoned her as soon as she had hit you over the head and escaped. Furthermore, the housekeeper, masquerading as the elder Miss Barton, had attempted to throw suspicion on Laura. That convinced me of your innocence.
Well, you've done it again, Miss Wolfe. Except for one minor detail.
You're not very successful at irony, Archie. What minor detail?
Where's Joan Barton?
In this house.
When did that happen?
When you arrived here with the good lady sitting near you.
The bum. Wait a minute. This I ought to be able to figure out myself. Laura said her aunt used to be an actress. That's item number 1, huh?
Yes, Archie?
Also, why is a supposed tramp hanging around a deserted intersection for handouts? The answer is she wasn't. She was keeping an eye out for the trouble she knew was after her. Oh, so it turns out I gave a quarter to a millionaire.
Aunt Jo? You're my aunt. Well, that is,
I know, my dear. Yes, I'm your aunt. I did rather a decent job, didn't I? No one recognized me, except, of course, you, Miss Wolfe.
Not recognition, Miss Barton. Logic. Archie, open some beer for us.
Yes, ma'am.
Logic, eh? Well, whatever it was, Miss Wolfe, I owe you a good deal. How can I ever repay you?
Oddly enough, the answer is simplicity itself. Make out a check.
You've been listening to The New Adventures of Nero Wolfe, starring Clara Freiwald. Tonight's story was based on the characters created by Rex Stout. This is a TiE production produced by Dr. Smith and directed by Clara Freiwald. In the cast were Michael Stuber as Archie Goodwin and Anna Fehring as Inspector Kramer. Also starring were Mara Bruchers, Sarah Brun, Stella Denker, Melina Fahl, Pauline Jetter, Theresa Jansen, Julia Jansen, and Annika Schallhorn. Next week, at the same time, Nora Wolfe and Archie will bring you The Case of the Bashful Body. This is Nanke Thomsen speaking. 3 chimes mean good times on NBC.
Great work, everyone! I think we actually managed to pull it off. At least our studio audience seemed to enjoy it, didn't you? Thank you.
Clara?
What?
We didn't get a recording of episode 2.
What do you mean?
The computer was connected to the audio equipment when it froze up. We couldn't save the recording.
You couldn't be serious.
Can we record it after the class party tonight?
Probably not. We have to be out of the room by 11.
And I've already made plans for later tonight.
Then what are we going to do about the Christmas episode?
We could just do it in a WebEx next week.
Can you remember what a mess that was for rehearsals? Doing that for recording? No way.
It was just a suggestion.
Maybe we should just do a rerun of the Last Christmas play instead.
No. I had to sing in that one. We're not doing that again.
Wait a minute. You did a musical without telling me?
Well, that was in 2019. You weren't even here, and it wasn't really a musical as such. Just a couple of songs.
Well, I guess that's okay then. But don't do a musical without telling me, okay? Good news, everyone!
My PCR test was negative. It turns out it was a false positive.
The exact same thing happened on The View.
The View?
Yeah, a daytime talk show from the US. Really? Yeah, they were getting ready to interview Kamala Harris, when the stage manager ran on live on air and told both Sunny Houston and Anna Navarro they tested positive right before Harris was supposed to come on.
How do you know this?
I'm a big fan of the show. Anyway, they got rushed off the set for further tests. And Joy Behar was left to do a remote interview with Harris from her dressing room.
Hey, I heard about that. Turned out to be false positive.
Yeah.
But the on-set nurse ended up losing her job over it.
Good grief, I hope nobody loses their job over this one.
For us to lose our job, they would have to be paying us.
That's right.
What about ticket sales?
We didn't sell any tickets, remember?
Then I guess this is of no use either.
Hey, that's for our donations from the audience, but it usually doesn't cover much anyway, so.
Yeah, and we don't have a really big.
Yeah. Anyways. But
We should set up a coffee to collect some donations from our home audience.
yeah, and we really would need those because we are starving students and we need pizza!
Socially distanced pizza. Maybe we can Anyway, if anyone has orders for me, just
I like to
Let's